Hey, welcome back to Almost Machining. What you're looking at right here is a 1965 Overbeck Zetto 20. Might be Zetto, not really sure. This is a very small cylindrical grinding machine. I've already started tearing down some of the pieces on it. It has I believe this is an 8-inch or 10-inch grinding wheel. We have the belt for it. Probably going to have to get a new one of those. We have about 5 degrees or the total tilt on the table. This was completely frozen up. Has a micrometer adjustment for here. The table has a cross feed. It's really smooth. It has an in feed, so disengage or engage the wheel. And on the in feed for this, it has a standard crank. It's very small adjustments. It can be engaged to where it's just one click. I don't know what one click means yet. It is graduated. I have no idea what the graduations are. It also goes into a very small click type adjustment. And if I back this up, it's more smooth for a consistent in feed. This knob is completely frozen up. I don't know what this does. In some of the pictures, there's a rod inside of one of the holes over here. There's a switch. Don't know what this switch does. I believe that this adjustment right here is for the automatic cross feed, and it has some controls that I'm not sure what they do yet either. We've started tearing it down. It seems to be in really good shape as far as the motion goes. The table was frozen together. That's been taken care of. Just cleaned it up, lightly stoned it and oiled it, put it back in place. I have to remove it to put the screw back in and the micrometer adjust. I've got parts down on the bottom. And we'll keep you updated on how we're going about doing this. So before we get into the rest of the show here, we've got some pieces on the table. This is the indexer. We're going to be creating a spanner wrench to pull the spanner nut off and get to these bearings so we can clean those up. This bearing set here needs better lubrication. It's probably sat for a very long time. These are some of the other topside pieces that we've cleaned up. The tailstock, the micrometer, shoulder adjustment, the dresser holder. They've been cleaned up. They're ready to be primed. I'm still looking for a paint and primer solution. We have a test going on right here with an enamel alkyd, pure oil based. It's been drying now for 2 days. It's still a little bit soft. These are the pulleys for the speed adjustment that go on the back side. Or they go here. It's kind of weird. The motor stator appears to be in really good shape. The oils are very old inside of all of the bearings. This is the bottom plate for the angle adjustment. It has a lot of rust. There's a lot of rust on a lot of the pieces of the whole machine. We're working to clean that up slowly using Evaporust. Works great on all of these surfaces so far. Cleaning off my roller. Good old fresh and blue. We're going to try this speedball as a contrast ink to see what we've got left to do on the tailstock. So the plate's already been cleaned. We're going to try some of the speedball ink here. Try and get a good contrast. Apply a small amount of glue to the table. Plenty. It's a pretty light rub. We have some more work to do on this. We'll get that taken care of. But for now, we're going to move over to the indexer for a little bit and take a look at a problem and see if we can't come up with a solution. So what we're looking at is the spindle end of the indexer for the center grinder. It does turn. It seems to be very smooth action, other than it's very sticky and hard to turn. The grease that's inside of the bearings on this is very old. I was considering not taking it apart, but once I got down to this point, I can tell, I'm not sure if you can, that somebody got in here with some type of spanner or maybe just a pin and a hammer and went to just pounding away to get this nut off of here. So what I'm going to try and do is use this piece of 3/16 steel and create a new spanner wrench, an adjustable spanner that has a way for me to use multiple pins to go into smaller holes or larger holes as necessary to reach different sizes of spanner type nuts. So on the back side of this machine, it has this plate that rides on the outside. There's this bearing pack that was, all of the bolts that held this in place were loose. There's an additional bearing system inside of here. I'm just going to clean this out. This is the drive end where the key was. The oiler, which I don't think was ever used as an oiler. There's a seal inside of here that has managed to rub a groove onto the end of the shaft. I don't know if I'm going to try to fix that at this go. We'll see what happens when we get there. We'll work on getting the wrench built, get this taken apart, and see what all we might need to do.